Hey guys, it's JohnyTechReview. Today I have a quick review for you of this Pioneer UFO quadcopter. As you can see here, this is pretty much everything that comes in a package. You have the quadcopter itself over here. You have here a charger, batteries, user menu. You have here the remote control. This is the blade guard, and then along with an accessory package that includes some extra blade, a set of extra blade, some screwdriver, and some screw to mount everything together. So the instruction menu, you got two of them. This is for the quadcopter. It has all the instruction on how to use it, the control functionality and everything. Some important information in here, so take a look at that. Also have a part number here, as you can see. And then this guy here is actually the Wi-Fi functionality of this quadcopter. So they call this an FPV quadcopter, and when this you can use an app to connect to the camera Wi-Fi, and then you can view it through the camera and kind of see it on your phone. So I'll get to that in a little bit, but let's focus on the quadcopter and remote control here. So the blade guard, I barely use it, not really useful for me, so I didn't even install it, I just left it out. So first thing first, let's get the nitty gritty stuff out. This is the one battery that comes with it. This is a 600 milliamp battery here, as you can see, at 3.7 volt. So I use this little plug here. I have a ton of these batteries very similar to these. This is for the Sigma X5C. As you can see, the plug is slightly different. So yeah, you will have to buy a different battery, but I have like 5 or 6 of these, and I wish I can use them here. I would have to modify the plug to use it. You only get one of these batteries, and this is the USB charge cable for it. It takes roughly about 60 to 70 minutes to charge this guy, and you're good for about 8 minutes of runtime. That is with the camera on. So that kind of gives you an idea of the runtime of this quadcopter. So next we take a look at the remote control. As you can see, this is the remote control. Has your typical mode 2. Basically, you have speed control up here. You have here is to do 360 flip. You have throttle here. The throttle is always reset to neutral because this quadcopter has a hold functionality. It's the altitude hold, and I use a barometer to keep it in place. And in practice, it works decently okay. In my yard, I have some up and down hill, and sometimes I get confused based on the pressure, so it will drop my quadcopter sometimes touching the ground. So you kind of have to be careful with that. If you have nice flat land, I think this thing does a really good job. But if you have a really quick elevation change, the quadcopter might hop around, so you kind of have to make some adjustment. But it always returns to neutral here. Left and right turning over here, and then here you have your roll up, roll right, pitch forward and back over here, as you can see. At the bottom here you have some functionality, a one-turn key return, headless mode. You have a light function, start and stop to start and stop the play. It's pretty interesting, so you have to do that before you start. And then over here you have the photo and pictures. You can also activate these mode here in the app, and I'll show you the app a little bit later. Up you have a little clip here that you do have to install, and this clip here allows you to install phones. You can see here, this is as big as it will get. So yeah, you cannot fit an iPhone 6 Plus or anything like that in here. It can only take a smaller phone, so that was a little slightly disappointing. I used my iPhone 5S and it's fine, but try to stick something like an Nexus 5 or 6 Plus, it won't go in here, which is really annoying. Other than that, the controller has a pretty good range. You can expect roughly about 150 to 200 feet easily when you use quadcopter on the outdoor. So I was pretty happy with it, and it takes a 4AA battery. So next, let's focus on the quadcopter. The main unit here, as you can see, is a really lightweight unit. As you can see, has 4 blades, and this kind of has some of those unit design. This one is a JD509 is the model number, as you can see here, by Pioneer. It's a pretty cool quadcopter, light. At the bottom here, 2 feet, had that kind of UFO futuristic kind of look. And then in the back here, that's where you will install the battery. It's a pretty big compartment, so maybe you can mod it with a bigger battery, but it will go down and you can close this up. And then at the bottom here, you have a lead that leads to the camera module, and this camera module here is also have the Wi-Fi antenna here. And this is a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and there is the angle. This camera here, you can actually pit it up and down just a little bit. So you want FPV, you can go straight up. If you want to do a little bit more aerial, you can manually move it down. So all this is manually moved. It's not motor attached or anything, so you do have to manually move that. So in practice, this guy fly pretty decent. Again, it's a light quadcopter, so when there's a lot of wind, it won't be able to handle that, and it will drift around. But you will start by pressing the start button on the remote, and as you press that button, it will start spinning the blade, and then you can just take off by give it a little bit of throttle, and then it will hover in the air. You can see that the footage is actually really smooth, and it records to your smartphone. It uses the Wi-Fi signal and record to your smartphone. There's no built-in SD card. So they claim that this camera is high definition. It's definitely not high definition. The resolution is like 640 by 480, and the lens is actually not very good. You can see see from my example here. So don't expect a miracle or HD quality out of these guys. It's pretty terrible. But because they use 2.4 gigahertz and they're just transferring it over Wi-Fi, they had to kind of use a low signal. And the footage is actually pretty smooth for the most part. On land aside, I can get over 100 feet and still have reception. But sometimes if there's a tree or something in the way, I'll lose reception and kind of pick it back up again on the screen. I think for the lag, it's actually quite good. Usually with the 2.4 gigahertz, I have a lot of problem with being stutter. But with this unit, as long as you have line of sight with a quadcopter, you can get pretty much almost a live feed. Very small minimal lag, which is kind of good. So yeah, you can kind of play with FPV, but the range is not very great, so don't expect a lot out of it. Overall, I found it pretty simple to fly this guy. It is a little bit different to fly this compared to flying any of the manual quadcopter because it always stays in one place. As far as altitude, it does move around and drift around a little bit based on the wind, so you do have to make adjustment on that. Here I have the battery already installed. The nice thing about this unit, it has an on-off switch. Go ahead and turn it on. It takes roughly about 30 seconds for this unit to actually give you the Wi-Fi, and during that time you can actually connect it. So here on my phone here, I can go to the Wi-Fi and wait for it to show up here. So after the Wi-Fi is connected, we need to launch an app. The app is called Exploration UFO right now. There's the app, as you can see. So you can use it in the portrait mode like this. You can press star, and when you do that, you get a live feed. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys right now what it looks like. So if I put my hand right here, you can kind of see. As you can see right now, it's very fast and pretty accurate right now. You can see there's not much lag at all, and you stay the same pretty much on up to about 100 feet or so, and after that it kind of diminish, and sometimes you get lagginess. But as you can see here, it works pretty well. You have here a few buttons. You can take a picture, you can do a video, and both these will save to your camera roll on your phone here. And here is also the row you can preview, and here you can go to kind of do an on-screen control. If you want to do that, you can do that also, or you can just use the row control here. And then here you have reverse. You have here headless mode, and then you have here 360. You can control from here. And then there is the kind of like speed, so 30, 60, 100% speed. Again, the bottom of the unit, you can see the 4 LED light flashing, very similar to the Unix setup. It's pretty cool. And all you have to do is just turn the control on like this, and then you can hear now the light will beep, and it will set up. As you can see there, the light becomes solid and it's good to go. So after that, doing this doesn't do anything to it. You actually have to press the start button here to start the motor. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that a try real quick to show you guys. There you have it. Some of the really cool thing about this quadcopter, of course, you have the FPV. The picture quality is not that great, but it works well and it's very smooth within reasonable range. I wish that the camera has a built-in SD card so you can take better quality pictures on the SD card instead. But I understand why they use low resolution so we can get a lag-free FPV experience. So guys, I hope you showed a little review of this Pioneer UFO quadcopter to help you in your purchase decision. If you have any question, let me know in the comment below, and as always, stay tuned for future review. Thank you.